So I see, mashallah, we have 37 folks. Go ahead and should we go ahead and start? We have 37 people here on the Zoom with us. So I see, mashallah, we have 37 folks. Go ahead and should we go ahead and start? We have 37 people here on the Zoom with us. For some reason, it's coming back to me. So I see, mashallah, we have Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Should we go ahead and start? We have 37 people here on the
I want to welcome everybody here to the End Game. I don't know if you happen to have come upon the End Game in the Marvel series, but the idea is how will the good guys overcome the evil, and how will we return back to a normal world that we all cherished and loved with all of our loved ones in a normal way. And so that's what we're talking about as an MCC family here. We're talking about coming back to the community, being here for the Friday prayers, seeing each other, embracing each other, and how do we go about moving forward with our community. So I'm going to go ahead and start by showing you where we're at in Ramadan as a collective in planning for the future of our programming and development and infrastructure and everything. So if you can please go ahead and put up the slide on the funds. So if we look right here, you can see that we are very blessed that we had a team of people working together in the board and myself calling everybody to make sure that we have the funds that we need for the next year. And so as you can see, this big blue chunk right here, 145,590, that was received through a phone banking campaign in which we called out to all of the members. If we had called out to you and you were able to bless us with some of your help, may Allah bless you and your family with abundant multiplied rewards in this life and in the hereafter. And if not, then inshallah, we have other opportunities today. And as we know, in Ramadan, the Prophet ﷺ was more generous than he was in any other time of the year. So as we look at our responsibility as a community here, we have to reach our goals. So if we look here, we see that this red here, 22,043, is the infrastructure project. People were very excited and just went on the website to donate directly towards the infrastructure, building this parking lot and getting us set up to where we can have a multi-purpose hall where we can support huge community events, aqiqas and programming for the kids and the youth, and basketball and different things that we can have non-Muslims come and listen to large events and so forth and so on. So then the last 10 nights campaign were people who signed up for each night to realize the beauty and the blessings of this 1,000 months of Laylatul Qadr, the divine decree that we are blessed in that night with. And so then we see here with the purple is just people donating towards the operations, and the blue is the employer match. So what that means is, and I know for a fact that this was Verizon, but we have a whole list on our website of companies here in Charlotte that will match. So literally what you're looking at here is one person donates $1,000, and then he calls Verizon and he sets up through whatever the plan, however that works. And then Verizon gave us $1,000 more. And so let's make sure before Ramadan is over that if we donated, that we look into the matching, because they will match us in many of these companies. And then the orange right here are grants. So we received some grants in terms of the COVID-19 dilemma and how it's affecting negatively so many different institutions. We were blessed with $7,500 to utilize that money for our institution. So this is our breakdown of where we're at. Now, if you look down here in the bottom right, you'll see that our goal here is $400,000. What is that? Where did we get $400,000? We were able to sit down and look at the previous 2 years of what our different budgets were, and setting the budget for this year. We looking to add more infrastructure. We have this big responsibility towards the Islamic finance loan that was given to us for the parking lot. And then we have hired a new youth director, and we are looking to hire new perhaps part-time employees, as well as putting in some other things into the property that will add value to our community. So right now, total we have collected $258,764 as of now, and our goal is $141,235 more. So we're going to try and see what Allah will do in blessing our hearts and minds to open up, because at the end of the day, what we're talking about here is the infrastructure of the Muslim community of Northern Charlotte. It is in our hands. There is no international campaign. There's no national campaign. There's not other cities and other places where they're going to be donating towards this. The future of our community, as those who live and understand and grow as believers in fellowship with other believers, and the bonds that we make as we raise our children, and the facility and the professional nature of the programming, and those people that we're able to hire to offer the programming, all that rests in how much money we can raise. And so a bit of a humble beginnings, but we are blessed with a great potential and a great future. So I want to go ahead and lead into now a video to remind everybody exactly what we're doing here at MCC that we have put together for you to look at.
And I've never felt a sense of belonging and the warmth as I feel here at MCC.
It isn't just a masjid, it's also a community filled with many different people coming from all over the city.
My life I have been following the traditional and cultural Islam, but after joining MCC, I have been fortunate enough to learn the fundamentals of Islam as well as the understanding of Quran and Hadith.
It's matter because I continue to find sisterhood here. Whenever I come here, I feel the community, and it makes me want to get involved.
MCC has provided this opportunity to allow myself and my children to deepen our Muslim faith.
MCC has people that make it feel like it's more of a family rather than just a regular mosque.
See, everybody comes from different backgrounds, different age brackets. Men and women are welcome, and most importantly for me is women have a place. I have my space. My voice can be heard, and actually
there's programs for the youth and the elders, for men and women. Really, anybody who's looking to acquire something in terms of like ilm, there's like a social community here that's very strong.
MCC did a great job with investing in our kids. They do have a lot of program for the younger generation. They have the Tariq Club, the community service.
Spiritually, they welcome you with open arms and encourage teens like me to use our platform to empower others, to become leaders, to be engaged in our community, and continue to be secure in our faith while exploring others.
The reason why this place is special is because there is no judgment here. Everyone is welcome.
Youth programs also help me meet a lot of new people, and also get me connected with the mosque because I'll come every week.
where we can all get together and pray our prayer, 5 prayer. It's in the neighborhood. That's what we are missing here. For like I've been here 20 some years, and finally we have a masjid in northern Charlotte. This is something I was always praying for, subhanAllah.
Having that family involvement is huge because that's what I value. I don't value just programming for me or programming for one person, but programming for everybody in the family is very valuable.
You're looking for somewhere where you can feel you're part of, and you can contribute, and your contribution is well appreciated. I think this community is one of such.
I mean, like, it's a big family, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, Allah bless us with that, with this place close to our home, and inshallah we'll see it the best place, inshallah.
Just throw it away. Just throw it away.
MashaAllah. What a big blessing. I get emotional watching that, subhanAllah. It's something very special, dear to my heart, what we've been able to do here. And just watching people's lives grow and growing with our brothers and sisters in faith here. It just, every time I talk with somebody that tells me that they've really come to practice Islam seriously in their life, they really feel like they understand. I get these amazing chills and tingles up my spine and this cooling feeling in my heart when people are telling me, you know, what you're doing here is so special. I really do believe, not just because we are doing this here or that this is a project that I've, you know, helped to establish, but I've been to many mosques and I've visited many mosques, and I really feel that we have started something very special. And so what we're here gathering here tonight to do is to invest in the further growth and development of our center as believers. And so if you can move to the slide that talks about the donations, you can see here what are the different means of donation. So if you look where it says donate online, as you know, on our website, charlottemcc.org, on the top right, you hit that green button there, you could donate there, and there are people keeping track of that. Or right now there is a very, yeah, please, if everyone can mute their, I think it kind of comes in if you're not muted, the sound kind of changes for everybody. And then we have this special tool set up through one of our funds collection programs. It's this 844-991-2010. I don't know why it's not 2020, but it's 2010. And you can press donate whichever amount. If you want to put 1,000, great. 5,000, great. 100, great. 500, great. 100,000, great. We are looking to reach our goals as a community, and we need everybody's help so that we can establish the future of this center together. So if you put pledge, then you'll get a notice, and it will follow up for you about fulfilling your pledge every certain time sequences. And then if you wanted somebody to come pick up cash or check from you directly, you can call this number right here, 704-980-9189, and someone will come pick up cash and check from you. So this is the email that you can send if you wanted somebody to pick up by through email. You want to contact them, president@charlottemcc.org. I just want to remind everybody one last time that what we're talking about here is the future of Islam in North Charlotte, the Concord, Huntersville, University City, Charlotte community. This is our responsibility. Every one of us are coming together to create this community center from which Islam will be known. Is Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the declaration of faith in that truth is coming forth from this property. So we're not investing in a building per se, or even in a parking lot per se. We're investing in the long-term presentation of Islam, actualizing our Shahada with the greatest potential that you could ever imagine, with the type of people that have started this project, the attitudes. We are blessed with a very special group of people who are fully dedicated to work for the cause of Islam here in North Charlotte. So I'll recite to you one verse and then we'll move forward. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. O you who have claimed faith, O you who have embraced your faith in Allah and His Messenger, who have actualized the Quran as the word of Allah sent to mankind that they may receive His mercy. You must be mindful of Allah and you must look forth ahead in what you are putting forth for your hereafter. What are you putting for the next generation? What are you planning for your hereafter? So be mindful of Allah because He is all aware and He is watching everything that you do. So right now, here is our time to reach our goal. So I know some people out there could possibly give $5,000. I know some of you out there could give $2,500. And I know for sure some of you out there can give $1,000. And I know some of you there can give $500. It is time to look about what we are planning for in the future. What is our goal as believers? What are we investing in? We're investing in what will happen to us when we leave this earth. And so when we put our money into the Islamic Center, then we are investing in a permanent charity, a charity that anyone who comes here, depending on how much, not necessarily the amount that you put forth, but the percentage of what you have saved. If someone has saved in the bank account right now that they have access to $30,000, $40,000 and they gave $10,000, $20,000, then that is great. That's like someone who had 3,000 and gave $1,000. And so it's something that we have to decide now. What are we planning for our future? What is our goal for the hereafter? And so right now I'm asking everybody to think deeply in their hearts about what can I do for the sake of Allah to build this Islamic Center? What can I do to actualize the future of Islam in Charlotte, North Carolina? We have a team together that are putting together a strategy with Team Compassion. Team Compassion right now is functioning fully off volunteers. Any other faithful institution that is succeeding massively have hired a point person to be an employee that's working strong hours with an accountable responsibility. It's not to demean anything about any of our great volunteers and what they're doing, but they have all these other responsibilities and it's not like a job responsibility that they hold. And I don't blame them. And so it's important for all of us to invest in Team Compassion. Team Compassion is where we set up programs and initiatives to help those who are disenfranchised, the poor, those who are homeless, those who are struggling. And we have many Muslims, many non-Muslims that need to see what the Prophet ﷺ was sent. And so we need us to invest in that. Team Connect, it is a committee put together to reach out to the community at large, our neighbors and others, and the churches and the synagogues, and then go communicate Islam to them by getting to know them, by presenting presentations and talking about Islam, by having discussions amongst each other. So we need to invest in that. We have put together the outline for a green team to put together a vegetable garden and to start to get our community used to organic self-sustainability in terms of healthy food, and vegetables are at the top of the list of that. And so we need to invest in all of that. We need to invest in our young generation. We need to invest in programs for seniors, and we need a social director, someone who can make programming that isn't necessarily specifically religious in nature, but it's religious in that it brings the believers together, helps them to find friends and so forth. I actually had a few calls this month, people saying, Imam, I thought you guys said that MCC was putting together some sort of, discreet matrimonial service that people can be chaperoned and get to meet each other through halal means, looking for marriage. Many people moved here, would like to stay here. Many people, getting out of college now, and they would like to marry someone, and their parents would like them to marry, but they don't necessarily know everybody and have that access. That's something that requires somebody to put a lot of time and effort into. So there's lots of great plans that we have as an organization. It's not just a building where people pray. It is a building from which Islam, as a comprehensive message of the divine, reaches out to the rest of the world. So let's make sure everybody here that's with us right now takes this opportunity to find in their heart. I know some of you have already given. MashaAllah, I called some people gave 5,000, some people gave 2,500, some people gave 1,000, some people gave 100, 200. All of that is great. We need everything we can get. Now is the time in these last 10 nights and the odd nights. We're here on the 27th night. Many scholars like to posit that this is perhaps the night of decree. Other scholars said 23rd, 25th, 29th. Either way, this could be it. So let's make sure that we put some special extra conviction for our family's future in Islam in Charlotte, North Carolina, so that we can be that springboard where Islam is known for what it is, that people cannot carry this post 9/11 nonsense of making the guilt trip on millions and millions of Muslims for something they have nothing to do with individually, and obviously their religion is completely innocent of such tyranny. And so we ask Allah to open your hearts. May Allah open everybody's hearts here to give, whether it be this number or that number. Just push yourself to the limit. In my experience, if you only have a couple $1,000s in the bank, if you gave $500 right now, you may be thinking right now, oh, I'm not sure. I'm promising you, by Allah, it will come back in this life and in the hereafter multiplied. That is what we know. If you had $10,000 in the bank, I'm asking you to give $2,000. I'm sure you can do that. This is not going to break your bank, and it's not going to ruin your future. This is the future that we're building, is in the light of Allah's message and in remembering our call that He has called us to. And so whoever would answer the call of Him, He will give them life in this world and the hereafter, as He says. So I want to make sure that everybody has that opportunity to give. I'm hoping and praying that we're having everybody chime in, sending their, I've already sent my donation to this. I'm sure everybody can join with this opportunity to get closer to Allah and to build the future of our Islamic Center so that we can fulfill all of our duties. Maybe you're not one that can attend all the different programs, that can be involved in Team Compassion, that can be involved in Team Connect. Think to yourself, okay, I am a devout believer. I am a serious believer. I may not be able to be involved in those programs or opportunities of learning, but I want to support other Muslims for that. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, the converts that I've gotten to know and love and that come here regularly, the young people that have come here and that they're now starting to own their religion, and they're actually, I'm seeing many teenagers and young kids as young as 8, 9, 10, and I can see that they're owning their faith. They're starting to embrace who they are as a Muslim, not because their parents said so, not because their family heritage came from some country, but because they themselves, living here in North Carolina, that they have embraced this message. Because of why? Because they have found love for God and His Prophet ﷺ through revelation. They have looked into the Quran, they have heard about it, they have read the ayahs, they've looked into the miraculous life of the Prophet ﷺ. They're really owning Islam as something that is from their heart and their mind, and not something that they're going along with to fit into something else. They are blessed to have that here. And that's our mission here, is to make sure that Islam is understood properly and that it is applied and lived in a way that everyone will appreciate the beauty of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So now is the time to completely extinguish from our hearts and minds any little stinginess. I need this, I need that. MashaAllah, I truly believe that Allah has many plans for all of us moving forward. And alhamdulillah, I don't see any of us going out on the street living in poverty because we gave today. So let's not listen. Ya'idukum al-faqr. Shaitan, he is saying, no, listen, the remnants of shaitan is always there. We ask Allah to relieve us from this, and we ask Allah to purify from us, and that we become, as the Prophet ﷺ said, as-sadaqatu burhan, that the charity is a proof that it will come back, that the reward is there. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. Hopefully everybody will get this opportunity. So far, the official collection right now is, it says here, $765. I'm certain we can do better than that. We have right now 56 people on here. Right now we're just above maybe $10 a person. I think if everybody here gives, $100, few $100, we'll be in much better shape to get where we're going as a community center right now. I'm certain we can do better than 726. I'm sure of it. I'm sure that we are better than this as a community. I can't imagine that we're thinking that, no, this is not important. This is, I don't need to give my money to that. I'm sure we can give to this project. I've seen it last year in Ramadan, we collected in hand 320 some odd $1,000, if I'm correct. Sayyid can correct me if I'm wrong. But we had cash in hand at the end of the month, $320,000. No, he says 380 right here. So we are well below what we gathered from last year. MashaAllah, we have another $500. So now we're up to 13. May Allah bless you in this life and the hereafter, Noor, and your family, and erase your sins. I'm sure everybody else here can do that. How about I join Noor here? He gave 500. I'm going to give 500. Okay, let's have everybody here give 500 at least, and then we can conclude it. Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and punch mine in. We have one donation here for $4,000. MashaAllah. Somebody has just sent this one. MashaAllah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh. MashaAllah. We have, MashaAllah, Ifdal's father is giving $1,000 for the sake of Allah. He's doing this from Dallas. He's supporting the institution here in Charlotte, North Carolina from Dallas. And MashaAllah, we had a brother from Oklahoma give $5,000. I sent him the video alone, and he doesn't live here. He said, I wish I had this mosque here from Oklahoma. And I know this as a fact. Please don't take what we're doing here for granted. Please do not for one moment think that this is just some regular, mosque as any other mosque. This is a very special project. I put mine backwards. Here it is now. Now it works, okay? Okay. So now I've put in my 500. Where's everybody else 500? Let's get it done real quick. Bismillah, mashallah. Somebody's saying, okay, you know what, Imam, I see that thing behind you. I wanted to buy some, I'm saving my money to buy some of this amazing art. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move on to the next, the first slide of our art auction. And we're going to let everybody give their money towards this, inshallah. MashaAllah, we have one more 1,000 from Raheel. May Allah bless you and your family in this life and the hereafter. MashaAllah. So here, I'm telling you, I'm looking at it myself. We have very high quality, very, very hand-painted art from an artist sister in the community who can sell these things for thousands of dollars if she likes. And so alhamdulillah, she has donated these to MCC so that we can, so if you look here on this screen, it says 32auctions.com//MCC 2020. Okay, so here we are going to auction off these. You can go there and make your bidding right there. We have one more anonymous donation for 1,000. May Allah bless you in this life and the hereafter. Alhamdulillah. So if you can move to the next slide, inshallah. So you see here, this is again, it is www.32auctions.com /MCC 2020. We're going to send out the bidding that people can look into that tonight, inshallah. We have another one, $500. May Allah bless you in this life and the hereafter. So the link has now been posted on the chat group. If you wanted to go make your, if you wanted to go to do your collection or your bidding, I'm sorry for this, inshallah. So go ahead and move to the first one. Okay, so you see, that's what this first one looks like. For some reason, when you look at it like that. But now if you'll just put it on my screen so I can show them directly here. It says, Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakil. Allah alone is sufficient for us and He is the best of protectors. Okay, Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakil. Or Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. That this, Allah alone is sufficient for us and He is the best of those who protect. So if you can go ahead and unshare so it can be my screen and put my screen on here, inshallah. Is there a way to focus it on my screen? Maybe not. At any rate, we'll let you look at it here. Yeah, I think it's very clear from there, inshallah. We'll put some light on it, inshallah. So this is a very high quality artwork that you're looking at here. And so it is a beautiful thing to have in your home. This is hand painted on canvas, beautiful. And the way it's put together is just absolutely, it's got some little small mirrors put in here in a beautiful design. It has texture to it. So there is some different additives here. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. So that's number one. That's art piece number one. Okay, if you can show the slide. So go ahead, and if you like this, you should go ahead and put your bids. What we're going to do is we're going to go through them once, and then we'll go through again so that you can see it live, inshallah. So go ahead and put the next slide for the next piece up, and then Ifdal will grab the piece, inshallah. MashaAllah. Yes. This one, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your Lord who created everything. It's beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Again, it's the same exact style. It's painted. It has texture. It's very high quality. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. The colors and the way they go together, it's absolutely brilliant. So this is art piece number 2. We're starting at $500. I'm sure we can get up to 1,000 with these easily, inshallah. MashaAllah. We have a $500 pledge with employer match, inshallah. Excellent. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so now we've seen that one. Let's move to number 3 here, inshallah. If you can bring the slide for number 3. Okay, so you see this one here similarly. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. It's the same exact ayah, but in a different style of art. And so read in the name of your Lord who created everything. Okay. Bismillah. Wow, mashallah. Here, I'm going to move this back a little bit because you can see here. Yeah, this is, again, very elegant, very high quality artwork. MashaAllah. On the canvas. MashaAllah. Read in the name of your Lord who created. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. So this is artwork number 3, and this again starting at $500. This will be a great blessing to your home to have this reminder and this beautiful artistic representation of divine words. And then for the center, obviously we're going to benefit because the person who has painted this has spent all this time to paint something in order for us to benefit. She's not taking anything for this, mashallah. You can bring the next one, yeah. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. So this is the proverbial calling, beseeching, invoking, to call upon Allah, to call upon the one whose all of his descriptions and qualities are absolute perfection. Again, $500. This, to be honest with you, is probably my favorite one. Just the way, the whole entire style of it is just absolutely brilliant. Very elegant. This is, something that, will remind you of Allah. And then, just whenever you see it, it will just touch your heart that number one, you're closer to Allah. You're calling upon Him. Number two, this represents your contribution to the community center. So you're gonna get the many rewards of contributing, and then you get this beautiful painting here, mashallah. So this is piece number 4, also obviously $500. Okay, and we'll go ahead and get the next one, inshallah. Oh, that's it? Okay, yeah, so we don't have any of the other ones here locally with us. So this one here is a bit smaller. I think it's 15 inches by 12 inches. It's wooden. It's nice quality as well. But obviously it didn't take specific, art skills that are not common to anyone else. It's just someone put in the work to make a beautiful reminder, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Wallahu Akbar. The 3 most powerful, heavy phrases that exist, the glory and praise and greatness is due to God. And so to remember that throughout the day is the mission of the believer. This is the remembrance that we need in our home to remind us of who we are and where we're going as a people. Go ahead and move to the next piece. So this is one of the ones that you see. It's a very good quality, borderline here. It's 99 attributes of God. So basically, you have all of the different characteristics, that some of the scholars have put together. The scholars have identified more than 99 in the Quran and the Sunnah descriptions that Allah has described Himself or that the Prophet ﷺ has. But because the Hadith, it shows that there's 99 specific ones that are very important for the believer's life, that we may embody those characteristics that will make us the best believers we could be. So if we're going to go ahead and move to the next one, piece number 7. Obviously, Ayatul Kursi. Having Ayatul Kursi in the house, if you don't have one, you should definitely have that in there. So this is reminding you. Obviously, this thing has no powers in and of itself. Putting that there is not going to ward off evil from your house. But seeing it and remembering it is going to make you reflect upon the meanings of Ayatul Kursi and who Allah is to you in your life. And so for sure, if someone is angry and upset in the house or, and then they see this, then definitely that will remind them. They should calm down by seeing that guidance, by seeing those divine words in front of them. Go ahead and move to piece number 8. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is a beautiful, powerful phrase to have. Each surah, Allah has decreed that this is the definitive intro to every message that He wanted to give in all of its beautiful diversity in the Quran and all the different surahs and the themes and the styles. Bismillah is how He begins it. In the name of Allah, compassionate and the merciful. Go ahead, continue. Surah Yasin, as some hadiths have indicated, is the heart of the Quran. It's right there, kind of towards the middle, towards the middle end, and it carries some very powerful faith-building, faith-enriching meanings. Yeah. So this one right here is one of those. It's like a bowl or like a and so it's again the Asma al-Husna, the 99 descriptions of God. Okay, go ahead and move to the next one. As you can see here as well, Ayatul Kursi. Go ahead and move to the next one. These are from this one right here is Surah Rum, and it is the ayahs about marriage. ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا. And from His signs is that He has created from among you spouses, so that you may live in tranquility, and He has decreed in your hearts between you peace or compassion and deep loving affection. And these are signs for those who reflect. This is this ayah right here, mashallah. Go ahead and move to the next one. Yasin, again, the first few ayahs from Surah Yasin. Innaka limin al-mursaleen. Okay, next one. Allah. To have this reminder of Allah on your wall is a very, very special, faith enriching, spiritually focusing point of reference in our homes. We should definitely have this. So the ones that that we're showing right now are fabric. So the inside is fabric. So if you look on the inside of the frame, it's actually fabric here. So it's not like plastic or anything like that. All of these ones that came from this category, these ones that we have got a hold of from one of those companies that make these. This is again Ayatul Kursi. The inside is fabric. Okay, next one. Okay, Jazakumullah khairan. So if you go back to, please post the auction link one more time. I'll go ahead and show you real quick here live a couple of these right here. So, okay. So actually, I can we're going to go ahead and show you just so that I can describe it to you from up front. They've just arrived, these other pieces other than these artworks. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I'm looking at this right here, and this is fabric on the inside. So this is kind of like a couch. It feels like a couch covering right here. It's actually very elegant. And this is wood. So this is wood outside, but the inside here is fabric. It's very, very good quality. It's not plastic, it's not painted, it's actually a stitched fabric inside here. So this is the one about Surah Rum, which is from his signs are the spouses and the married life of peace and tranquility, loving affection and compassion and mercy. So for example here, Yasin, same thing. It's all fabric. It's actually, it even has like some sort of cushioning or some cotton inside of there. It feels like, a pillow. This thing feels like a pillow. This one is wood. All of these are wood. And then the outside, so this is actually some sort of, like fabric as well. And then it has fabric on the inside. This is a very high quality stuff. I'm not to knock anything, but I've seen some of these that are plastic and they easily wear and they don't look so elegant. These are very elegant, mashallah. Yeah, this is we showed this one already. So here, this one, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, it's the same thing. So if you look here, this is all cushioned fabric. The quality of this is cushioned fabric. It's not plastic or anything like that. So this is wood, same quality, same style. This is also fabric on this outlining layer as well. But yeah, this is really good stuff. I don't know how much they got this for, but I think it's well worth more than $100. Particularly for what it represents, but the quality of it is very high quality. Then here we have the 99 descriptions of God. It's again very nice. So this one, yeah, oh yeah. So it's fabric. Yeah, let's do this one. This is a different model of Ayatul Kursi right here. But yeah, this one is really, it's a fabric, very high quality. This is something that, yeah, mashallah. So I think this is a good introduction to all of these. So now you have an idea about exactly how these are. So we can go on the website and everybody go ahead and make their bids. I know my wife and I will be making some bids on some of these. So I think that concludes for today. May Allah bless everybody for coming here. Please, even if you can only give $100 or whatever it may be, please don't be shy. If you just send donate number, I send it first, my 500, I send it backwards. And then it came back saying error. You have to put pledge or donate to the number of what you're donating or pledging, and then it will respond to you immediately on that 1-800 number. Can we put that slide of the 1-800 number please back up here? Okay, so right here. So you see this number 844-991-2010. So you can pledge or you write donate and then the number that you want to donate, or pledge and then the number you want to pledge. And then it will immediately, if you're this is through the Medina apps, and so I think they will immediately take that. Or if it's pledged, then they'll send you a reminder, I think every week or something like that, or I think a couple of days here in Ramadan or something like that. And then if you wanted somebody to pick up cash or check, this is the link here. So I think that about does it. So I ask Allah to bless everybody for all of their donations. Everything is a big blessing and we need it. And may Allah open our hearts and the rest. If you can please reach out to your friends. So for today, maybe we reached 100 some people through YouTube and everything else. I think if everybody will just talk to their friends, like mashallah, if Dal calls up his dad and he's going to give $1,000, this is a very special project. What we're doing and what our plans are, our long-term strategy is something that you won't find across the country, such a well thought out, well planned and well executed organization. Does Wells Fargo match donations? So if you go on our website, I think what I'll have Sayed will go on our website right now and he'll post the link of the companies that we know. I think we have on our link. So the question here came, is the funding the infrastructure Zakat eligible? I know there's a lot of keyboard warriors on Twitter and Facebook going at it about this. I am certain that the category of fi sabilillah that was used in the time of the Prophet ﷺ as a protective measure of the Muslim community. So what it meant was to support the military. And so that zakat was given towards the military funding for the families, for the people, because why? The military was doing two things. Number one, they were protecting the boundaries of Islam from an aggressive invasion from outside. Meaning what? To protect everybody's right to be Muslim and live Islam. And then number two, because of the empires of old, they were not allowing a free opportunity for people to just come and preach Islam in the Byzantine or the Persian Empire. So what they called futuhat, it was opening the doors so that Islam could be known by other people. And so this mosque and everything that it is here to establish those two same principles. So having an Islamic center is going to be a place where Muslims can thrive and grow spiritually, and their knowledge and their ability to practice and present Islam and organize and strategize their communication of Islam to each other and to the world at large, that's here. And so this is a preservation. We look at people who used to not attend mosques and they were raised as decent Muslims, but then they went to this college or that, and then they couldn't find a mosque, or the mosque they went to wasn't too active and it wasn't too well planned out, and they have a very hard time keeping strong faith, and they veer away, as the Prophet ﷺ warned us. So the battle we're in here is not a battle of somebody trying to kill us or attack us with armies. Our battle is with stability in community growth and development for our community as it relates to the broader community. So that's what we're doing here. So that's all zakat eligible. So if you want to pay zakat towards that, I know in Ramadan already we've over $10,000 we've received in zakat money that people were willing to commit because, and somebody might say, well, what about the poor? At the end of the day, someone who dies as a poor Muslim, okay, that person's going to heaven. And according to the Prophet, those are the most of heaven, poor Muslims. But if somebody lost their religion and they died rich, but they weren't Muslim, that's it. Somebody left Islam, that's it. If we don't have a vibrant, hardworking, professionally organized Islamic center that's functioning based upon lessons learned from other models, that we're trying to make the best model possible for Islam to thrive, then people will lose their faith. And so this is a place that is intended to be a platform so that all people, and also funding the Islamic Center makes a place that people want to come. So some of the poor people in the community are struggling, and the mosque that's there, it might be a place where they can get some money to pay their bills, but they don't find it as a place where they can grow spiritually. So here the whole concept has become confused. Zakat is part of the Islamic institutionalization of society, social cohesions and social welfare. And so the first on the top of that list for anybody's well-being is spiritual well-being. So this project is fully zakat. So I don't know about some of these national organizations and things they do. Some people have been clearly stretching this fatwa a little bit far, but for fulfilling, I'll give you a very good point that may make it much easier for you to understand. We are in debt $1.2 million because of this parking lot they're about to actually completely put in. One of the categories of zakat is to pay off debts. So that is a category of zakat. So I'm going to be putting together a fatwa, and I'm going to rely on His Eminence Sheikh Yusuf Qaradawi wrote a book called Fiqh al-Zakat. It is 2 volumes long. It is used in many Islamic colleges in the Middle East as a curriculum for graduate studies in modern financial issues. And so he's the basis. His fatwa was the start of this back in the 80s when he wrote this for this understanding of fi sabilillah. So we'll send out the fatwa to the community, inshallah. So jazakumullah khairan. Please, if you have any other questions, the board members are all here on this group. I'm going to go ahead and move out. May Allah bless all of you. Inshallah, we hope that everybody will be able to reach out to their family and friends and tell everybody to give what they can. So the bidding on these pieces is open till 2 p.m. on Friday. So all the way up until Friday at 2 p.m. That's when we're going to give away these pieces to whoever bid the most. So that's how long the bidding is open. So let's go ahead and see how we can want Allah's words and His names and descriptions in our homes as a way to support the Islamic community and the growth and development of Islam in Charlotte here in the north section. So jazakumullah khairan. May Allah bless all of you. I will see you inshallah soon. We are working with local health professionals. We are putting together a strategy to get back to the mosque, and it looks like there's some headway coming, inshallah. I'm hoping it's soon. We're going to be having masks standardized. We're going to be having, very strong policies of social distancing and so forth. But we do need to see each other, and we do need to embrace each other. We do need to feel Islam in the Islamic Center as Allah has decreed in His beloved Prophet ﷺ. When he first went into Medina, the first thing he did was build his mosque. I think if there's no more thoughts from me, inshallah. Okay. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.